Welcome back to AnglingBuzz Ice. I'm your host, Jake Wallace. Come on inside, it's cold out here. Now we're hunkered down in the Clam X500 hub house. Now we just came through that no trip door, and that's new to the X series this year, and it makes getting in and out of this thing a breeze. It's also got a 900 denier shell, so it's gonna keep you nice and warm on these cold winter days. It's got 62 square feet of fishable area, so you can fit multiple anglers in here. It's got overhead storage, and it's also got side pocket storage on some of the walls, and it packs down small, so it's easy to carry. Now, another great option when it's cold out is a Yetti Fish House, and we're gonna be joining myself and Jeremy Smith on Leech Lake targeting jumbos. Let's go get in on that action. There he is, got him. No, I think it's another one of those jumbos.
That's cool though, oh great. Nice.
Yeah, decent. You know what that is right there, folks? It's the Leech Lake special. Gotta love it, Jer. Jumbo perch in the Yetti.
Got him, that's a nice one.
There you go.
That is so cool, Jake, just seeing him come rolling through. Yeah, that's a great perch. He's pretty slow, and then all of a sudden the Mega Live just lit up and a bunch of jumbos. That's what's cool about Leech now is years back, there was nobody out on the main lake, and now there's, oh, Jake's got one too. Now we've got roads plowed out here, and we can come out here and have a bunch of fun in a fish house when it's cold and windy.
And we got one on the rattle reel.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos
no,
here.
rattle reels, chaos, hey.
Oh, doubled up with the rattle reel?
Yeah. I like the fish house stuff. Ooh. Oh, man. The excitement. Perch. Boom.
Now there's always a dilemma as an ice angler, whether you should move or whether you should be stationary. And the way I kind of like to think about it, if you're gonna be stationary, you kind of want to set up on those spots where you know fish are gonna be cruising through. So, you know, if you're gonna be setting up overnight, you know, for like a walleye bite or a good perch bite, you want to look at spots that are gonna have like, you know, sharp breaks next to maybe deep water, rock piles, just fishy looking areas where fish, you know, might not be there right away, right when you get there. Say if you get there 2 in the afternoon and you're setting up for that prime time bite, but you know fish are gonna be coming through, right? So you're gonna sit it out, wait, kind of like we did here. We were hole hopping around out today. It's cold, we found an area. We've just been waiting, sat maybe for 45 minutes. And then all of a sudden, boom, you know, sun's starting to go down, it's 4 o'clock, the fish are moving in, and that's kind of what you want to do when you're coming out here. If you're going to be setting up, is anticipate those primetime bites, those spots that are going to have fish, you know, when they should. And if you do that, you'll be able to find them and catch them. The competition helps. He's not a giant, but sure not a bad one.
Fish,
Yeah,
Jake, yeah.
A good eater. And I want to show you what we're using today because it's been important for catching the fish. We actually got a little school down there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 I can see right now on the Mega Live, so I'll fire him back. You got one, Jer?
Not a big one, Jake, but not bad.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great. This is fantastic. I think Jake was going to allude to something about the aggressive nature of the lures that we're using, and I'll let him continue with that, but I just have to talk about how awesome it is to see all of this on Mega Live, and we're using it in its down view mode right now, and there are so many more things that you pick up on that fish are doing that you didn't realize were happening with traditional, you know, 2D sonar or a flasher. And so we can tell, you know, if we were just looking at 2D, we might both see these fish on our screen not knowing, but it's actually like, oh, those fish are moving towards Jake. They're looking at his bait, not mine. So you really just pick up so much more information. And I will say, even if you're catching smaller fish or the action is slow, this makes it really entertaining, don't you think, Jake?
Oh yeah, this is, I mean.
It's like night and day.
Oh.
How we have the Mega Live set up on the big screen TV in the Yetti here is through an HDMI cable. Ooh, look at that.
There we go.
Cool, Jake's on. That worked pretty good. And to have the HDMI capabilities, you need a Humminbird Apex unit. This is certainly a unit that you want to have for open water, maybe not just dedicated for ice fishing. So in this case, I just built a box around a big lithium battery that has a power supply to it. And then in the back, there's a mini HDMI out, and you just use a mini HDMI to standard size HDMI converter. Jake is on it, and then that just pipes right into the TV. So it's a really awesome system, and anybody that, ooh, nice perch, we've taken out in the fish house to experience this, they're just totally blown away by having, I mean, this is a big screen in itself, but when you put it on 50 inches, it gets a lot bigger and a lot cooler.
So I kind of want to explain to you a little bit of what we're actually looking at here on the Mega Live. So here's our deucer, and you can see it right here. It's got a really wide angle cone. So it allows us to see 14 feet out to the right and 14 feet out to the left. So you can see here, I'm 2 feet away. There's my bait. And if you look from the top here, 4 feet away is the rattle reel, and then over here 8 feet away is Jer's bait. So you're able to cover a wide distance and see fish, coming in from, multiple feet away, and it gives you an idea of where they're coming, what depth they're coming in at, and you're just able to learn so much more when you actually understand where they're coming from and how they're coming in.
Yep.
Yep, here he comes. Come on. There he is.
Is it a walleye?
I think it's just a really big perch. Nice fish on the Northland Glass buckshot spoon. And that's kind of what I've been using today. Now this is a new spoon from Northland, and it's got a high pitch rattle, which has really been key for calling in these fish. And what we both kind of chosen is aggressive baits to call fish in. Jer's using a jig and wrap, and both of those baits can call fish in from a distance, which is gonna help, because again, we're fishing, it's a flat, there's not a lot of structure. It's gonna help pull those fish into you. And this paired with the set lines will keep them underneath, and it's been working out for us.
Our buddy, Mike Hayner, always curses me for putting meat on the jig and wrap. He claims you don't need bait, and it does impact the action of it, but I don't use a ton of lures through the ice, honestly. This is probably what I use most of the time ice fishing. And if the fish are biting, you absolutely don't need bait, but there's plenty of times when you're fishing a jig and wrap and they just come in and they look and they look and they look, and this does dampen the action, putting a minnow head on there, but it's also a different profile than a spoon, right? A spoon is just not much when you're looking up, but this has obviously a large profile when fish are looking up at it, and sometimes that profile makes all the difference. So I've got confidence when they're not biting, putting a little bit of meat on there. And today is definitely not a day when they're just smashing everything, so it definitely helps to have that minnow head on there.
Ooh, a little eye.
Walleye.
Yep.
Walleye. All right. Perch, walleye, Cisco.
Gotta love Leech Lake.
Yeah,
Never
man.
know what you're gonna get. He just came flying in. He'll be nice in a couple of years.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good fish, is what it was. Nice fish. That's a pike or a walleye or something, Jake.
Let me know if you need any help, Jer.
All right. Let's see what we got here. The rods Jake and I are using for this is we've both got Croy custom ice rods here. Jake's actually got the house rod, and I'm using the deep spoon rod. And the nice thing about both of these rods is they're really set up well for fishing perch / walleye baits. Not necessarily big baits, but oh, great walleye, Jake.
Nice.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that's what
There
we're
you
looking
go.
for. He just smashed it too. Look at that. Jig and wrap, be gone. Huh? That is sweet. Oh man, that is great. But anyway, that you know, like Jake's fishing the.
Big
Oh,
walleye.
another fish on the rental reel,
that's
Jake.
That's a big walleye. I saw
another
it come
big
in.
walleye, huh?
Yep.
Double walleyes. Life is good. Let me get this out of your way here.
Oh, don't tell me he dropped it.
It was a big mark
It
too.
was, yeah, it was a real big mark.
Oh man, well great. That is perfect dinner. I mean, this has just basically been an awesome deal to salvage the day. Having the ability to have a road, bring a wheelhouse out here. Jake lives halfway to Leech Lake from our office in Brainerd, so he brought a trailer full of sleds. We brought the fish house up and we thought, oh, if it's nice, we'll explore. If it gets cold, we'll fish in the Yetti. And today was a day for the Yetti, and it was quite an awesome day on Leech Lake.
See how charged up he was? He's gonna do it if he sees it. There he is, got him. Ooh, in the deucer there. What do we got? Ooh, maybe this isn't a crappie. Oh, it is. It's a nice one. Let's see. Oh yeah, nice crappie. Look at that. Look at that nice Brainerd Lakes area slab. You know, I caught him on the St. Croix Panfish combo, and I'm gonna get this guy back here, and then I'm gonna talk about it because it is a great setup for catching nice crappies like this. Here you go, buddy. There he goes. Now, this St. Croix Panfish combo is a great setup. It's a 36-inch rod. It's got a light power, and it is a great rod for catching panfish. It's got a highlighted green tip so you can detect those light bites, and it really loads up. Now it's great for crappies, bluegills, perch, and even trout. It's a great setup. Oh, that's another nice crappie. Come here, buddy. Now, when it's cold like this, it really pays to be in a hub house or a Yetti Fish House. Now, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll be releasing new content each week. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out on the ice.